As I recall, you told me Annie had something to do with his death. Did you ever ask her for details?
Oh, this is not good. What's up, guys? My name is Section from the Deviants, and today we're going to be reacting to Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 25. So I believe we have 4 more episodes left of, like, the regular episodes. Then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, we still got one of the OVAs. And then I believe the last ones are, like, hour-long episodes. There's, like, a part 1 and part 2. And I don't even think the part 2 has come out yet. I think it's just the part 1. So we're almost caught up to where, like, everybody else is at. And with that being said, I don't think the part 1 and part 2 is in English. So if it comes time to where I have to watch that, I might have to watch it in sub, which wouldn't really be a problem for me because I already watch tons of different anime in sub. But I definitely do recognize that I miss some things because I pay attention to what the subtitles are saying. And also I would have to get used to, like, the voice actors. But it's fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So in the last episode, we got to see the outcome of what Connie did with Falco. He didn't feed him to his mom. And that's because Armin decided to do an Erwin move and kind of try to sacrifice himself instead of Falco, which Connie couldn't do that. So Connie saved Armin. And everyone's okay now, I guess. So now everybody teamed up. They got all the leftover Titans from the 9. And I'm guessing they're going to try to come up with some sort of way to stop Eren from destroying the world. Still, don't know how. Actually, I don't know if they're going to play on the fact that Eren has a soft spot for Mikasa and Armin. They could probably play on that to let him, like, drop his guard. I don't know if that'll even work. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Make sure to put the original content as always. Alright, let's get going in 3. Alright, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I'll have them set me up
Okay.
with some prime real estate in the interior. All
John?
day and night, I'll sit and sip on the finest liquor money can buy.
Oh, how times have changed. Not reality.
John, it's me.
John boy.
I'll be waiting outside.
Oh, is this before?
There was nobody at the window. Don't go. Don't think about it. Stay right here.
Oh, Jean boy. How's your mom?
Mikasa filled me in on the situation. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. But considering the circumstances, you both did well. We made contact with some Marleyan stragglers, and we've got the Cart Titan on our side now. We're going to try to stop Eren. Killing everyone isn't the answer. I can only ask you for help.
I'll do it. Eren's killed too many already. I won't sit back and watch him steal more lives.
Okay.
Mikasa.
Let's say we figure out a way to stop Eren. What comes after that? We're still monsters in the eyes of the world. And after this, they'll only be more terrified of us.
True.
If we stop Eren now, we'll be guaranteeing the destruction of this island.
I mean,
Marley will presume that even if they hit us with another surprise attack, we can respond with the rumbling. And that threat will be enough to keep them off our back.
you sure about that? You think all those Titans are just gonna come back and build a wall again?
You remember Willie Tyburn's speech? What's the world gonna do when we prove him right?
But at the very least, this buys us a bit more time.
We spent years looking for a better way, and this is where it's gotten us. We did our best, and now we've run out of time. That's the reason Eren decided to...
What he's doing is wrong!
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I don't think you're wrong about what you said, Jean. It was my hollow idealism that drove Eren to do this.
Interesting.
What's
We're getting
more,
credits right now?
Before he brought down the walls, I wanted nothing more than to run away. I can feel the eyes of our fallen comrades watching me. Most of them died too soon to learn that past our walls, humankind lived on. But if they'd known, would they want to set our island free and let the rest of the world
Oh
burn?
gosh.
Can you imagine
Getting that
any of them
Erwin
being that
vibes.
selfish?
Oh, I see him.
Hanji. In the end, I'll always be a scout.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Come too far to lose it all. Oh, potatoes. Gotta stop it right now. I'll bring Sasha back to life right now.
We've gone from trading blows to breaking bread inside of a day, huh? Out of curiosity,
Potatoes, but
what made you change your minds? We were the ones trying to save it. We would have been able to keep Aaron and Zeke from coming into contact if you hadn't stepped in at the last second and helped them.
But nobody here wants to be an accessory to genocide. That's why we're all hiding out in the woods eating stew, instead of celebrating in town.
So you finally figured out who the good guys are, huh?
Debatable.
You people spent years trying to murder us all, and we're the bad guys because we didn't just roll over and die? We found a way to survive, and now you're gonna call us devils for it?
That's right. You're exactly what we always thought you were. You finally won your freedom, and we can all see what you're doing with it. What a mess.
Not a word about your shock troops destroying Aaron's home and making him watch his mother get eaten alive. That's what started this.
Right. Everything was fine till your buddy lost his
Oh,
mom.
I can see the stew simmering. See here.
Okay, that's enough. If we're gonna be at each other's throats,
no
let's
one's
stick to
stirred a pot.
arguing about stuff we live through ourselves.
Okay, Hanji. Okay.
Tell me, can you honestly bring yourself to kill him?
Yes. No.
I don't think that's our only option. We can find another way.
See?
Exactly what I expected you to say. He made the choice to slaughter every man, woman, and child on the planet. You think you can talk him back from that?
But we're never gonna know for sure unless we try.
You make your case and he still refuses to stop the rumbling. What's next? It's him or the world.
Annie will just have you do it.
That's what I thought.
You're not with me.
We're the ones fighting to protect our
You're my
homeland now, and we're
enemy.
going to do what we need to do. Can you imagine turning against him?
If you want me out of the way, then just come out and say it.
Okay. Let's not start this right now. Maybe a little bit later. I love her ring thing. It's very unique.
I'm not fighting Aaron because I think the world's worth saving. I'm doing it because my dad's in Marley and I don't want him to die.
I think he's already dead.
If you really can change Aaron's mind, that's fine with me. But until you get the chance, we shouldn't be fighting.
Okay.
Alright.
Glad you worked that out! And look, our stew's good to go now.
Oh, I better be good.
From what Kiyomi told me, the Azumabito have a flying boat in the harbor, and they'd been planning to take off and observe the rumbling from the air.
You mean they haven't taken off yet? We last saw them like 10 episodes ago.
Now, where is Jaeger going first?
I don't know. And if I did, what reason would I have to tell you?
I don't know.
What makes you think I'll reverse course now and help you Marley and Swine save your godforsaken hellhole of a country?
Well, I thought you started the volunteers because you wanted to liberate your homeland from Marley. Are you gonna let your country get flattened just to spite the Marley and Swine?
It's a fair question.
Oh yeah, that is.
The answer's yes, because she's a purebred Marleyan pig herself.
But we got a bigger surprise when we looked into your past.
Why, what happened?
You were born and raised in a typical Marleyan family,
Okay.
but you wrote yourself a new life story when you met Zeke. It evolved into a grand fantasy about saving the world with your prince.
Oh, so she's just crazy. That's fine.
Save the world. Who wouldn't want to imagine themselves as the savior of hundreds of millions of innocent lives? To
Yeah.
watch the bitterness of hatred out of their mouths with the honeyed taste of righteousness. From where I sit, it looks like that's exactly what all of you are doing right now.
I love the contradicting, not contradicting, but like all the mindsets, like going after each other.
Rhina Brown, do you know how many Eldians were devoured by pure titans because of that? And Annie Lanhart, I hear you killed more than a few Survey Corps members in your time. But let's not forget the brave liberators of Paradis. There's Armin, the level-headed one, who seems far too kind to cause the sort of bloodbath he did at that harbor in Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Not to sell the rest of you short, everyone gave a heroic performance in Liberia. And of course, you thought you'd all made it out clean, until Gabi gunned down Sasha. And to you, she was family. You went through training together.
Is Falco the only innocent one? Kind of?
This stew's pretty good, Hanji. Got enough for seconds?
Oh, we've got more than enough, so don't be shy.
Like, all of it was
I wanna
poisoned.
thank you for this, Yelena. You're baiting us into airing out our grudges so we can get it out of our systems and get our heads on straight. You'd have had someone to vent to yourself if you hadn't blown all your friends' brains out to keep your fantasy alive.
Right. You had mentioned another name. What was it? Marco. As I recall, you told me Annie had something to do with his death. Did you ever ask her for details?
Oh, this is not good.
Marco got eaten because of me.
Annie was only following the orders I was giving her.
I hated that scene.
Marco overheard me and Bertolt discussing something secret. If we'd let him go, he could have exposed us. So I tackled him onto a roof, and I pinned him down. And I ordered Annie to strip off his ODM gear.
So, did he say anything before he was killed?
Yeah, but not good stuff.
A little while ago, we were all ready to kill each other. And now, here we are, talking.
But is anyone listening?
I stood and watched the Titan as it devoured Marco. And then a switch flipped and I couldn't figure out why it was happening.
We get it, Reina. You're saying the guilt of carrying out your mission screwed with your head.
Don't forgive me. I'm truly worthless.
I said we get it.
Okay. Anyone gonna stop him? No? Okay, now let's stop him. What a girl.
I'm sorry. We came here to kill everyone on Paradis. We thought the world might forgive us for the sins of the Eldian Empire. If we wiped you out, they'd recognize us as good Eldians who saved them from the Island Devils. I understand I have no right to ask anything of any of you, but we can't save our families without your help. So please, we're begging you.
We're begging you.
Yeah, you can't say no to them.
We're begging you.
We're begging you.
We're begging you.
Let go.
Where are you going, Jean?
Hey! Wait, I just poured you a fresh bowl!
She's still worrying about food. Oh, that's the first time I've ever seen him shook.
Gabi, please shut up.
Levi with the words of wisdom.
Wake up. We need to get moving.
Wait, you're really gonna help us?
Of course. Let's go. Gabi. I'm sorry about kicking you. You okay?
I'm tougher than I might look. It's fine.
Heck yeah, Gabi.
Reina, you're not getting an apology.
Yeah, well, I'm good with that.
How about me?
What? Why would you
Here
need an
comes the cart.
apology?
Stop. There's a problem.
It's the harbor. The Jaegerists beat us there.
Oh, of
They've
course.
captured it.
She doesn't look upset at all. This man is everywhere. Oh, that's it? You know what? I gotta give props to Flock for not only just ordering people, but like going out and doing the dirty work himself. I will say, out of the scouts, like the group of scouts that we've been following since season 1, I will say I think Jean's character growth has been the greatest. I mean, Mikasa has kind of sort of been the same. Armin has went from like a very scared individual to a person that is very like smart and strategic. I mean, he was always sort of like that, but like he's now even more. Tani, I don't really remember him that much in season 1, so it's hard for me to compare where he is now to where he was. But I don't think he changed a lot. Maybe, I don't know. I just think Jean, you know, seeing him in season 1 of how he was solely focused on being in the inner walls, having it easy for him, not wanting to fight, to go from that in season 1 to where he is in season 4. And we play around with it in this episode in the very beginning, where he he was going back into those thoughts of where if he just followed the Jaegerists, he could have this thing that he's always wanted since season 1. But Hanji knocking on the window puts him back into this like mindset of where he is now, where he wants to do what's right over being comfortable. With the whole convincing, or like Jean trying to convince himself and then also trying to convince Hanji of what exactly Eren's doing and why is it the best scenario. Genocide, of course, is not the best possible thing to do, right? But I think the whole situation in and of itself is just a horrible situation. Just due to the fact that not only Marley, but everyone in the world wanted to take out Paradis because of the threat or the possibility of the threat that they could pose. And all of them wanting to attack Paradis led Paradis to do the thing that Marley and the world were afraid of doing. So yes, the Marleyans and the rest of the people of the world were right in the fact that the people of Paradis would use the rumbling to destroy the world. But that act was only caused due to the tension that Marleyans and the rest of the world pushed on Paradis. So it's like this situation is like no one's in the right. So now Hanji and the rest of the people are just trying to fix these wounds that have been created. And yes, Hanji says, oh, now that the rumbling has started, once we stop Eren, maybe Marley and the people in the rest of the world are now even more afraid of the rumbling, so that they won't do any funny business, because now they saw like the whole world almost being destroyed because of their prejudice. But one, I don't even know if the Titans can just revert back and build themselves the wall again. I mean, they did it at first. Can they do it again? And also, will this rumbling rile up the Marleyans and the rest of the world even more? Because now they're like, oh shoot, the things that we were dreading, like they're possible, like they're reality. Like, let's take out the Eldians as soon as possible. So I don't know what the ending is going to be in this whole series. I'm 99% sure it's not going to be like a outcome that, like a good outcome. It won't be a good outcome. Now, the rest of this episode was just everyone talking to everyone about their ideals, what they were going through at the time, what they did, what they didn't do, yada, yada, yada. And I really liked it because I enjoy seeing people with different ideals, different thoughts and experiences, kind of talking it out, trying to, I don't know if justify is the right word, but just saying what kind of mindset were they in when they did the things they did. And it's good to see that no one in the circle is perfect, right? And no one has the perfect mindset. Everyone has sort of pride in themselves that what they've been doing has been like the right thing. And because they think that they are the good guys and that they're doing this to save people, that everything they're doing is justified as a good cause. Hanji was like the mediator. She was just like, okay, you go now. Okay, you go now. Y'all want some soup? And then as for the harbor, they're gonna have to infiltrate it somehow. I don't think they're gonna go into Titan forms with this, because I think that would draw way too much attention to them. Or I mean, who knows? Maybe they don't care. But the scenes leading up to this and then this layout, it reminds me so much of like a certain video game. I don't think it's like Assassin's Creed, but just like a video game level where you have to like infiltrate this area, maybe like Splinter Cell, where you just infiltrate an area, get to a certain objective, and get to this one place. But anyways, that was my reaction to Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 25. If you like my reaction, make sure to like, subscribe. If you guys want to know anything more, put a comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.